So we have installed this underscore library as a third-party Node module. Now let's use it. So back in VS Code, I'm going to create a new file in the root of this project and call it index.js. Now here, we're going to use our require function to load the underscore module. So var, by convention, we use an underscore for referring to the underscore library. Use the require function, and as the argument, we supply underscore. Now, this is how the require function works. When you supply the module name here, first, it assumes that this module is a core module. Now, in Node, we don't have a core module called underscore. So the require function thinks maybe this underscore is a file or folder in this project. However, earlier in the course, you learned that in order to reference a file or folder, we use period slash. So if the argument to the require function was period slash underscore, then the require function would assume that here we have a file called underscore.js in the same folder. If not, it would assume underscore is a folder, and inside of this folder, we have a file called index.js. But in this case, we neither have a file or folder called underscore inside this project. So the require function moves on to the third step. It assumes that this module we have specified here exists inside the Node modules folder. So this is how the require function resolves a module. First, it assumes it's a core module. Otherwise, it assumes it's a file or folder. And if not, it looks for that module inside of the Node modules folder. Okay? So we have loaded the module. Now let's use it. If you head over to underscorejs.org, you can see the documentation for the underscore library. This library includes lots of useful utility functions. The one that I'm going to use in this lecture is contains. So this is how it works. We pass two arguments here. The first one is an array, and the second one is the value we're looking for in that array. And in result, we get a Boolean. So let's call this method and make sure we loaded the underscore module properly. So underscore dot, and look, here we get IntelliSense. So contains. First, we give it an array, 1, 2, 3, and then a value like 2. We get the result and displayed on the console. Now, back in the terminal, node index.js, and we get true. So this is how you use third-party Node modules in your applications.